Hi, it's WOTCCASIA. Welcome back to the channel. Today's battle is on the Stood Yankee map, and we've got Buncey from Big Daddy Clan. He's in the Lorraine 40T, which is a tier 8 French medium tank. Used to be a tier 9 tech tree medium tank actually, and got converted to a premium tank. Now, got a few clan members on the other side. We've got Lion Balls and Hyphen and Fury. They're in Lion Balls traditionally in a German heavy tank, and Hype's in the Progetto 46 with Fury in the Scorpion G. And we'll see how this battle turns out, and so how well Buncey can control the game. And there's sort of two sides to this map. He's going to the south end here, where you get mostly light tanks, mediums, sometimes heavy tanks as well, but mostly lights and mediums because of this fairly flat terrain. There's a ditch here that tanks do fight in. That helps control the station area actually. Heavies tend to go to the station, and you get TDs and lights and mediums up on the north side as well. So it's got sort of these three sort of corridors to the map. Alright, so he's pushed up fairly aggressively here. He's crossed the ditch already. The Leo who went in there from the enemy side just paid the price of being too forward, not having enough protection. Buncey's managed to get rid of the Challenger straight away, so good work there. Only took 2 shots from his gun, but as you can see, it's a 4-shot autoloader. So if you're not familiar with this tank, let's have a quick look at the ammunition. 100mm gun, standard ammunition pen is 232 with damage of 300, and APCR round giving you 263 pen. So pretty useful at tier 8. Certainly helps you at tier 9. And you probably don't want to get into tier 10 battles in this tank. It's also got very little armor, but that gives it good mobility. Anyway, it's got a Super Hellcat there at tier 7. Might just take a hit here from the Super Hellcat, which he does, but he's managed to get 2 shots in, so reasonable trade. And that's got him his first 1,000 hit points of damage. And so far, their game is pretty even. So they are a little bit down on hit points, but got the same number of tanks in the game, so things can turn out. He's managed to hold on to his shot there. Puts in a shot to the Super Hellcat, but basically just picks up assisted damage there, just firing a little bit too late to get the kill and any extra damage. In any case, they've pushed up again. This is pretty aggressive. The enemy not providing too much resistance on this line, but you can see now they're almost parallel with the berms that are in front of the enemy cap area, and that puts a lot of tanks into view, but also gives you the risk of being shot at by about 3 or 4 tanks at the same time. So this is the next move here. It's fairly critical in terms of taking the advantage. They want to get rid of this IS-2 too without getting into too much trouble. You can see all the guns behind there. He does take a hit from the Challenger, gets rid of the Challenger, and puts his second and third, fourth shots into the 7032. So did take a hit there, but again, trading your hit points for damage is definitely one of the tactics in the game, as long as you're not giving your hit points up too quickly. And his team managed to get rid of that IS-2-2, so they've now taken a bit of an advantage here. They're still well down on hit points, by the way, but they've now got a 3-tank lead, and that will pay off as far as the game continues. Now he's got potential blind shot there on the 75 TS, which is Lion Balls, but he goes dark, decides not to waste his shot. So Buncey moving down here to again put a bit of distance between him and the potential targets so that he doesn't get spotted straight away. But the IS-2 that's last spotted there, potentially will spot him, unless he's moved of course. So Buncey moves out just a touch, just to see if he gets lit. And nothing happening yet. I think he'll probably want his team to make a move, particularly the IS-2 on his team, down to probably 2-shottable in terms of the enemy guns. But given Buncey doesn't have a lot of armour, we prefer a heavy tank to maybe make a move, and there's a over there as well. So expecting him to move is probably what he's doing right now. But okay, they seem to be more interested in targets in the centre. Okay, here we go, there's IS-2 spotted. So Buncey can put some shots in, one shot in. He hasn't been lit yet. Yes, he has been lit. And sets him on fire. Will he get the kill? Not quite. Runs him up again and gets the kill. So you saw there the aim time of the gun is not so great, which sort of means, you know, the gun handling overall is a bit of an issue. So you do need to allow a bit of time for the aim to settle down. And even though it's a fast-firing gun, I think the aim time and the load time are about the same. So don't rush your shots, I guess, is probably the advice you can use for the Lorraine gun. In any case, it's on the reload now, and it has got a fairly fast reload. It's in the order of 30 seconds or so, maybe a bit less. I haven't checked the stat for a little while, so it's not quite front of mind. But now he's got a target 2, and yes, he is lit, so he pulls back, and he hasn't done any damage yet, but he has got some assisted damage here. He's going to go for the lower front plate. Again, he takes a hit. Just wants to aim in and gets that last bit of damage. So potentially could have got that kill. The first shots have been aimed a bit more closely. But nonetheless, he's managed to pick up 3.5k of damage, and he's still got 450 hit points left, so still got plenty of ability to keep influencing the game. But he certainly helped his team dominate this side of the map. Now they've pretty much lost the top part of the map. Luckily, the enemy team has been reduced to 1 medium tank, 2 TTs and 2 heavies, and the 2 heavies are basically just pushing up the other line. Anyway, this Tiger 2 gets rid of him, and they've still kept their lead, and now they've managed to get the hit points back in balance. So you can see the enemy's pushing around on the north side, perhaps looking for the TDs. There's no arty in the game anyway, so there's no sort of real soft targets to go for, and as long as the Charioteer and the AT-15A at the back are paying attention to the minimap, then you know they'll use the terrain there to their advantage. But Buncey decides to go back and help defend. And they managed to get rid of the Progetto, that was Hyphen. And Buncey will come up here, and he's got some premium rounds loaded for line balls if you can catch him. And he's just given some advice that the T-25-2 is by himself if his teammates want to go and rush him. So he's just looking for an angle on the E75. Yes, he will get the side's a bit angled there. He's not seeing a lot of it. You can go for the engine deck if you can. So one shot in. That shot went for the tracks, but did some track damage. Gets the third shot in, and he might just get the kill here. Blind shot? No, he doesn't. But he pulls back in any case, not wanting to catch the return shot. Just pushes in a bit as he's getting reloaded to try and change the angles and perhaps come and flank this E75. So he gets spotted. So who is spotting him? Well, it's the T-25-2, so he doesn't want to get in the way of that gun. No, he's probably spotted by the E75, but yeah, he doesn't really want to take a hit from the thing, but he's going to be able to come around and flank this E75, who, you know, obviously can't face 2 directions at the same time. So he'll come around, he's lit again, and he should get the rear, and he will. Oh no, it didn't go in. The shot gets aside, and he gets the kill just before line balls can get his aim in. So that was fortunate there. A bit of risk involved, but luckily the T-25-2 has now been spotted right down the back of the map. So that's the last tank in the game. They should be able to wrap this up. They've got the T-20 and the Lover. Now they're all on low hit points, but probably the T-20 you can't just see at the moment, but probably's got more hit points. The Luva's going onto the cap area, hopefully just to push through and find the T-25. And Buncey getting ready for a little bit more action, but loading his standard rounds again. But you can see he's already accumulated 4,000 damage there. There's not much. There's only 126 hit points left on the enemy team. And Lurv is just tempting the T25 to come out. Oh, Buncey's got a sight shot on him. He should get the shot in. And gets the kill. There we go. So 6 kills there to Buncey. That gets him his top gun. And 4.5k of damage. Alright, well here we've got the results. He's got the Top Gun award there for the 6 kills and the High Caliber award for the most damage, doing 4.4k of damage, and he got an extra 982 of assisted there, so just over 5.5k of combined damage, which is really nice and would help him with his marks of excellence. He got the Ace Tanker Mastery badge there as well, so let's see what that transpired with the team score. So he's finished well on top there, both in terms of damage and experience. 4.4k of damage. The next best damage there was the Charioteer, who did 2.6. And the next best experience was the T20, who got 796. So just scraping in second place there, but just a little over half of the experience that Buncey earned. The enemy side, Lion Balls, not surprisingly, did pretty well in his E75, doing 3.1, and where did we go? The Scorpion, pretty sure that's Fury, doing just nearly 3k, and high from the Progetto coming in as well with 1.2. So missing those guys, they're all now in 1AR, but yeah, hopefully they'll come back at some point. But nonetheless, this is Buncey's game, and he really dominated that and helped carry the win there. Now, how did that affect him personally? So he fired 26 shots in the end. He did fire mostly his standard rounds. I think he just kept his premium rounds for the really difficult targets, including the 75 TS. So 22 hits out of that, 18 penetrations, and 1,200 from a distance of more than 300 meters. So a bit surprised he didn't get the sniper award, but maybe someone else did. Anyway, he had some personal reserves running as well as battle payments going, so he had a very nice income total there. His costs were very, very minor, and he made a magnificent profit, nearly 250k profit in one game. That's an excellent result there, but that shows you the abilities of Tier 8 premiums, particularly when you're controlling your expenses. Anyway, a great game there for Buncey. Thanks very much for the content. Very much appreciate that. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please put that on your to-do list. We'll have more great content to follow. And thanks very much for watching.